meal. When I went there, I was able to meet friends and develop socially. You know, I was able to let out my anger in a sense, you know, and let out my hurt by talking to them and also participating in athletics, you know. But the man that got me was Coach Stills, because he told me, Roberto, you're not like everybody else. You know, I was always different, man. I've never been a follower. And he stayed on me. He said, you keep being a leader. You keep, you know, doing what you're doing. I know your situation at home. I know what you're going through. But my brother, as he would say, my brother, you got to keep fighting, man, and you're going to be good. So I thank Coach Stills. I thank Anthony Stills for instilling his confidence in me to be successful.
Okay. Wow. I mean, and I think that's, you know, part of the power is you have to find them somewhere. That if you don't have them in your life, if they're not a part of your life, then you have to find them somewhere. And I think that's, and become that for someone else.
Right.
When you think about, for me, the young people that are my other nephews, and I think about them and Devin, Trent, Tiante, they'll tell you the number one thing that I care about, and my nephews and my nieces, my brothers and sisters' kids, they'll tell you the number one thing I care about is your character.
Right.
As a young man or a young woman. That's first. Second is education.
Yeah.
And for me, third, volunteerism. And then I think finally for me is athletics. And so if you have the talent, if you're putting the work into it, whatever the athletic situation is, but for me, the character is everything. The character of a young man, a young woman, the character of a person, I think, is as much as anything else. So I think that when you look at, from the aspect of young people developing into leaders, what advice would you give young people and moving from possibly being a part of a crowd into being leaders of the crowd in a positive way?
I would challenge our school systems to really offer programs to our youth to help them develop their leadership skills.
Okay.
Parents, I challenge you as well to get your children in programs such as a Boys and Girls Club program, such as Passport to Manhood or a Keystone, or at your church, you know, having male groups. It's up to our leaders to grab our youth and develop them. You know, what you're doing now, you're a leader in the community. You know, you can start your own group, and what I'm doing is, you know, speaking to these young fellas and young people to let them know that it's okay to be on your own. You know, it's okay to be a leader. You know, you don't have to follow, but at the end of the day, just get yourself in an environment around confident people that's striving to be better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that part of it, for me, Will Smith, I watched an interview with Will Smith, and he talked about the 5 closest people to me are smarter, brighter, more driven, more successful.
Yes, yes.
So I don't hang around with people who aren't challenging me to be better.
Exactly.
And so I think that part of it is just that you have to look at your associations, you have to look at your circle of friends, and understand that. And parents certainly have to understand that you don't have to just parent your kids. You have to parent their friends, because research says that the number one influencing factor on teens are their friends, not their parents.
Right.
And so I think that that's a part of it. When you looked at decisions and the value or the importance of decisions in your book, one of your chapters, what do you talk about in terms of young people about the decisions that they make, and how can they be empowered to make better decisions for themselves?
What I can say on that is what you do today is going to affect tomorrow. You know, in this day and time, you can't think for today. You have to plan for your tomorrow and plan for your future. You know, I often tell kids to write your goals down, both your short-term and your long-term goals, because it's going to give you direction. You know, you just can't live for today. You know, however, what you do today will affect your tomorrow. So when you're thinking, think about where you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years. You know, and set that plan.
So the whole thing, people don't plan to fail; they fail to plan.
They fail to plan. You know, I bet if we went outside right now and polled about 100 people and asked them, "What is your life plan?" I'll probably say 97 of them won't have a plan.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, where we are, there'll only be a couple plans up in here. I mean,
they won't have a plan.
Absolutely.
They won't have any goals, and that's half the battle. Having goals.
And I think that as much as we want to seize the day and live for the day, that for me, I have the expectation of being blessed and thankful for tomorrow.
Right.
And so that whole live for the day, you know, when living for the day and seizing the day are two different philosophies.
Totally
seizing the day means seizing the opportunity to
right.
plan, to move forward,
right.
to create opportunities
right.
for success in your life.
Right.
Versus living for the day means tomorrow may not come. I know it's Mardi Gras, but you still have to do it responsibly.
Care. Right.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, that's just balls to the wall. Let's get it done. GetHerDone.com. When you think about role of partners in real love, talk to us about the real love and how you look at real love and the role of real love in your process. What does that look like?
Well, this chapter was about my first love, the first woman that I fell in love with, you know, and after what I went through with my mom, as I said earlier, it didn't sway me to look at women in a bad way. But real love for me is loving somebody for not only their good, but for their faults. You know, loving somebody unconditionally, you know, and just, you love them so much and you don't know why. You can't explain it, man. You know, it's just, this person or this individual has you on a high, man. On a high that no drug, no drink could do for you. You know what I'm saying?
For loco.
You know, I mean, you know.
No energy drink.
my first real love was a real life-changing experience. Now, we didn't work out, but I'm glad that I was able to experience that with her because she made me a better man.
And knowing what's possible.
And knowing what's possible. You know, at this moment, you know, I want that love again. I want that feeling again. Not that exact feeling.
So you're single?
I'm single.
So ladies, he's single, he's a writer.
I'm not married. I'm divorced, ladies, but you know, I'm dating someone.
Okay. He's not single. Damn, my bad.
I date, so
much for that.
You know.
If you had any hopes. He almost got cut though. He's about to get cut. Somebody's gonna pistol with him. You
know what?
See, now look at it, he's starting to blush. If he was white, he'd be red right now on live television.
Right, but you know, I want that real love, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, after my last situation, you know, and being married, you know, I said, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I said, I don't want to get married again. You know, I got married at a very young age. And now, you know, I want to try it again because that person is there for me. That person is out there for me. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I think that part of it is also is that, you know, that the compliment that if you are with the right person, they make you want to work harder and be more successful. They drive.
Brother,
that's
talk to
the engine.
me.
That's gas in the engine. Women don't understand that you can be the gas in the car. That you can move that man, but you got to love him through the process. You can't say, what you need to be doing is, you love him.
Brother.
And he will give everything to you.
He will go that extra mile.
Absolutely.
Listen, we really, we really are simple creatures.
We really are simple.
We really are simple creatures, man. If you have a man that's a good man, you support your man, you love your man.
Quit nagging him. God.
Ladies, that would drive a man away, you know. And what I would say with anybody that's in a relationship, please communicate.
Absolutely, effective communication.
You know, women, you know, like you said, don't nag us because being a man in general is hard. Because there are so many expectations for us.
Absolutely.
And we already carry that pressure on us. You know, don't be an added weight to your man. Because, you know, when you're added weight, we're just gonna lift you off and keep it moving. But again, be your man's friend, be your man's partner, be his psychologist sometimes.
Absolutely.
You know, be his financial advisor at times. You know, be his shoulder when he need to lean on you at times. You know, so.
And be a skank.
And
be a total low down skank. When he need a skank, when he need you to get freaky, baby.
I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, take care of your man.
Be a freak in the bedroom. Be a skank. Throw that little something in the bedroom with your man only.
Be your all to your man.
Yeah.
Be your all to your man.
Get it in. What I want to do before we get out of here, we only have a few more minutes. Is certainly what I want you to do is I've seen on page 95 you know, and I know you haven't done a reading, but certainly when I look at this last paragraph, And just this last quote, if you could read that for me, just that last paragraph for us.
Please, young man, young woman, fight life's negative temptations. By no means am I a saint, but I have been where some of you are. I was very fortunate to have certain individuals come into my life when they did. But even bigger was the fact that I let them in. As I said, we all need help. I was once a kid that had too much pride and didn't want anyone to help me. Now, as I tell my AAU basketball team, let's get it and take life by the throat.
And so I think that that's important, is that when I read that and just looking over that, is that, part of it you said, I let them in. And so I think that we can't forget that young people have to allow you into their lives as well.
Right.
That it's a choosing process.
Right.
That I think that not only do you choose to get involved in, whether it's your own kid, whether it's some other children, but they also choose you.
Right.
And so I think the part of it is that them letting you into their lives. And I look at the work that I do, and people always say, it's a great thing you do. I said, no, that's as if it's one way. When I go to those basketball games tonight at Centos Center at 6 and 7:30, I'm getting as much from them as they're getting from me.
Right.
And so it's a mutual relationship. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. It's not like I'm just going and really providing. They provide for me, and they and a balance and accountability around my journey of manhood. And so I think as much as anything else is that that's a part of it, is letting, being willing to let people into your life, because a lot of the people that we're talking about, a lot of young men and young women on these streets that have had these difficult lives, part of the challenge is that the people that they loved abused them. So I was abused by people who loved me. I was abused by people who were closest to me. So then, how in the world am I going to trust a complete stranger?
Exactly.
The people closest to me.
Exactly.
As we begin closing out, just give us some thoughts, or where we can get the book, where people can get the book, and really just your process and the value of what makes Roberto Allen who Roberto Allen is.
Well, first and foremost, if you want the book, please contact me at info@breakingthechains.org. That's info@breakingthechains.org. You can follow me on Twitter at One Heart of a Champ. My Facebook page is Berdo Allen. That's BERDOALLEN. My phone number is, and I'm gonna give it to you, it's 513-289-8235. Call me up. Do so immediately. And I want to thank you. I want to thank the individuals out there. Let me say this. I want to thank my real friends for supporting me. I want to thank my boys, DB. I want to thank Michael Calloway. I want to thank ABT Services. I want to thank McGrew and Associates. I want to thank Keith, my other Mike Merritt. I thank my close friends, my circle, for accepting me for who I am, for checking me when I do things that aren't right, when I have certain thoughts. My morals and values came from my family. They taught me morals and values, and also allowing my coach to come into my life and putting my pride aside, and allowing my high school coach to come inside, allowing my college coach to come in. I had to allow those men to kind of help shape me. So I am the man that I am today because of my experiences, of what I saw and what I wanted to do differently as a man, and from my coaches, from watching them, observing them, and them scolding me and molding me and teaching me the things to do as a man. So that's who I am.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you. And I think that as we begin wrapping up the Genesis Men's Hour, it's important for us to recognize the value of having positive people in our lives. Also, the ability that we have to be able to create art. Neither one of us sat here, and certainly Roberto has done a wonderful job in really creating a work of art, and he's expressed just the talents and the abilities of what we have inside of us. And so as we leave, remember we're live the first Saturday of every month, the Genesis Men's Hour. We're excited about the opportunity. You can meet us and hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. And so even though I don't know if anybody's really tweeting on there, but we certainly will begin. But thank you for allowing us into your home.